Maybe no one talks about it much, but you can feel it. That faint, musty scent that seems to follow some of us as we age. They call it old people smell. Such a cruel phrase for something so deeply human. It isn't just about soap or showers. It's about overlooked places, tiny corners of the body where time lingers, where memory gathers, where we forget to care because we've been taught that we're fading. But you're not fading. You're still here. And you deserve to feel clean, confident, and close to those you love, without the silent fear that someone might wrinkle their nose or step away. Most of us wash the obvious parts. Our faces, our arms, our legs. But as we grow older, our bodies change. Skin folds deepen, mobility decreases, and what once was a quick rinse becomes a chore, or even a risk. But there's something else at play, something no one tells you. That scent isn't just about hygiene. It's caused by natural oils breaking down on aging skin, by clothing absorbing moisture, by tiny forgotten areas that hold warmth and time. And that's why today, we'll gently uncover 5 of these hidden places, not to shame anyone, not to point fingers, but to remind you with love that your body deserves attention. It deserves to be cared for. Still, let's begin with a place few people think about. Behind the ears. That delicate space between the earlobe and the scalp. We wear glasses. We lean our heads back. We sweat. We touch. We forget. And yet, oils and dead skin build up silently. If left unwashed, they form a faint odor like old paper or dust. Not offensive, but telling. A simple warm cloth once a day, pressed behind each ear, wiped with care, that's all it takes. Not just to clean, but to return a little attention to a place long ignored. Then there's the navel, yes, the belly button, especially deep navels that tend to collect lint, sweat, and bacteria. It's a small cave in the middle of us, but it can hold on to smells more than we realize. Often neglected, seldom mentioned, cleaning it doesn't require scrubbing, just a gentle cotton swab with warm water or mild soap. Once a week, simple, quiet, restoring. Another space that deserves our attention is beneath the breasts, or for those with soft bellies under the folds of the stomach. These places stay warm and moist, the perfect environment for bacteria to grow, especially if undergarments or clothing stay damp throughout the day. And when that happens, odor forms, not because someone is dirty, but because these areas were never meant to be forgotten. Drying thoroughly after a bath, changing into breathable fabrics, placing a soft cloth in between to absorb moisture. These are acts of devotion, of self-respect, of love. Now we move down, toward the feet, not the soles but between the toes, especially for those of us who wear socks all day or shoes that don't breathe. Moisture gets trapped, skin softens and peels. Fungus can creep in. Without warning, a daily ritual of cleaning between the toes, not rushing but gently separating each one, can prevent so much more than odor. It protects your balance, your strength, your independence. Lastly, the fingernails. We use our hands for everything. But as we age, it becomes harder to trim nails, to notice the dirt underneath, to keep them smooth and clean. And yet, under the nails is one of the most common places where scent hides. A soft nail brush, run gently beneath with warm water once or twice a week, can restore more than hygiene. It brings back pride in simple things. You see, dear one, this is not about harsh scrubbing or judgment. It's about reclaiming the little rituals that remind us, I still care about me. Because the truth is, you've spent your life caring for others, wiping little mouths, helping loved ones bathe, laundering clothes, making meals, running errands. But who cares for you now? You do. In these small overlooked ways, you do. And in doing so, you silence the myth that aging means disappearing. Because when you tend to these quiet places, you shine again, subtly, beautifully, unapologetically. As we continue this journey of care, let's pause for a moment and reflect on something deeper. When you clean those hidden places, behind your ears, your feet, your belly. It's not just about hygiene. It's about dignity. For so many of us, as we age, it feels as though we are forgotten by the world. Our bodies, once full of life and strength, begin to show signs of time. The hands that once held a child or held a lover now tremble with the weight of years. The skin that once glowed with youth now shows signs of age, the wrinkles, the sagging, the spots. But none of this makes you less. None of this makes you less worthy of care, of tenderness, or of love. You deserve the same care that you gave to others all those years. You deserve to feel clean, confident, and connected to the world around you, and that starts with remembering yourself, taking the time to care for the skin that carries your soul. There's a quiet truth to aging that many overlook. The idea that our bodies are not just machines we discard once they've run their course. Our bodies are stories. Stories that hold love, loss, memories, and every beautiful moment of our lives. And just because our stories have aged, it doesn't mean they are any less significant. So often, we think of our bodies as something to be hidden or repaired, but I invite you to think of it differently. What if, instead of hiding the signs of age, we began to honor them? The wrinkles. They are lines of wisdom, of battles fought and lessons learned. The graying hair, a reminder of the seasons of life, of strength, of survival. The scent, a reflection of the many years you've lived fully, loved deeply, and held the world close. Each sign of aging is earned, and though we may need to adjust our daily care, the way we wash, the way we clean, the way we treat our skin, we should never forget that our bodies are worthy of respect. When you care for yourself in these small ways, you are telling the world, I am still here. I am still worthy of love. I am still full of life. A little care goes a long way. The beauty of these small rituals, like cleaning the areas we often forget about, is that they don't require great effort. They don't demand a lot of time, but what they do is this. They help you remember. They remind you that you still matter, that your skin still deserves to feel the touch of kindness, that you are still present in your body, in your life. The truth is, no one else can care for you the way you can. No one else can take the time to see those forgotten places, to notice the spots, the folds, the corners of your body that need attention. And the more you care for yourself, the more you reclaim that sense of dignity. The more you begin to feel at home in your own skin again. You may have years of stories to tell, but that doesn't mean you are beyond care. If anything, you deserve it more than anyone. The quiet power of self-affection. Let's talk about affection, the kind of affection that starts with you. When was the last time you looked at your body with love, with gratitude for the journey it has carried you on? When was the last time you held your hands, your feet, your face, and said to yourself, thank you? Self-affection isn't something we often talk about, but it's something we all need, especially as we grow older. The world may have forgotten you, but you don't have to forget yourself. You don't have to accept the idea that aging means invisibility. You don't have to believe that your body is a burden or a thing to be discarded. Your body is a gift, and every day that you live, within it is an act of grace. So when you tend to these 5 areas, when you clean, moisturize, and care for your skin with love, you are not just caring for your physical body. You are nurturing your soul, reminding yourself that you are worth the time, worth the effort, worth the care. Healing through care. The simple act of cleaning, of nourishing yourself with gentleness, has a healing power. It can ease the pain of loneliness, the frustration of aging, and the sting of neglect. When you take care of your body, you begin to heal the wounds that have formed over the years, not just in your skin, but in your heart. So as you move through your day, as you wash, as you moisturize, as you rest, know that each small act is an expression of love, an act of healing, an act of dignity. It's time to stop thinking of yourself as something to be hidden, to be ashamed of. You are not a burden. You are not a problem to be solved. You are a person who has lived a beautiful life, and that life deserves to be honored in every way possible. As we continue our exploration of the small acts of care that bring dignity and confidence, it's important to remember that this is not just about scent or appearance. This is about reclaiming your space in the world, both physically and emotionally. Many of us carry a quiet burden as we age, the feeling of being invisible. We start to feel like we're no longer relevant, no longer seen by the world around us. But let me remind you, you are still here, and you matter. Your presence, your wisdom, your experiences, they are gifts that should never be overlooked. When you clean those overlooked places on your body, you are sending a message to yourself. I am still worthy. I am still important. I am still deserving of love and care. This message isn't just for others, it's for you, to remember your own worth. The ripple effect of self-care. You may not realize it, but the care you give to yourself doesn't stay confined to your body. It ripples outward, touching everything you do. When you feel clean, when you feel fresh, your confidence grows. You stand a little taller, your smile a little brighter, your step a little firmer. And this, in turn, affects how you interact with others. When you take the time to care for your own body, you are teaching the world that you matter, that you deserve to be treated with respect, dignity, and love. But more importantly, it teaches those around you, especially the younger generations, how to care for their own bodies. You become a role model, a quiet teacher in the art of self-love and self-respect. So the next time you reach for that soft towel to wipe away the moisture behind your ears or between your toes, remember this. You are not just cleaning your body, you are teaching the world how to treat themselves with kindness, and that is something truly profound. Aging with grace and gratitude. There's something powerful about learning to age with grace. Not the kind of grace that means pretending to be young or perfect, but the grace that comes from accepting where you are in life and still loving yourself deeply. The way you age, the way you care for your body, is a direct reflection of how you view yourself. Are you a person who believes they still deserve love and care? Or are you someone who has allowed the world to convince them they're too old, too tired, or too forgotten? Grace comes when you choose to love yourself, flaws and all, wrinkles and all. It's not about perfection. It's about acceptance and gratitude. When you look at your body in the mirror, don't see the age, the changes, the signs of time. See the life. See the love you've shared. See the wisdom you carry. See the strength it took to get here. Aging is not something to fear or be ashamed of. It's something to embrace. Because every line, every spot, every change on your body is a sign of a life fully lived. A life that deserves care, love, and respect. Small acts, big impact. You may not always feel like you have the energy to take care of yourself. You may not always feel like you're up to the task, but the truth is, these small acts of care, done regularly, are the key to maintaining your dignity, your comfort, and your confidence. So don't rush. Don't feel like you have to do it all at once. Start with one area, maybe behind the ears or the feet, and make it a part of your daily routine. Then, build from there. It's not about making huge changes all at once. It's about small, consistent acts that add up over time. And those small acts have the power to transform how you feel about yourself, how you relate to others, and how you experience the world. You are still worthy of care. You are still worthy of love. You are still worthy of feeling fresh, confident, and beautiful. Reconnecting with your inner light as we reach the end of this exploration, I want to leave you with this thought. Your body is not a burden. It is a temple, a home that has carried you through years of experiences of growth, of love. And just as you would care for any sacred place, your body deserves the same care. Not because you're broken, not because you're too old, but because you are still whole. You are still worthy. You are still a work of art. And it's time for you to reconnect with that inner light, to remember the beauty that still resides within you, no matter how many years have passed. The body may change, but the soul that resides within you is timeless. So, as you care for these small overlooked areas, remember that you are caring for your soul too. Each act of self-care is an act of love, and love, dear one, never fades. Embracing the beauty of aging as we arrive at the final chapter of this journey, it's essential to reflect on what we've learned and embrace the deeper truth that has been woven throughout. Aging is not an end, nor is it something to fear. It is a transition, a series of moments that we move through with grace, dignity, and self-compassion. You see, the small acts of self-care, the quiet, unnoticed ways in which you attend to your body, are not simply about scent or appearance. They are about the profound recognition that you are still here, still worthy of care, still deserving of love. These acts are an affirmation of your life, your worth, your place in the world. In the process of caring for those hidden, often forgotten places, you are not just cleaning your body, you are honoring it. You are honoring the body that has supported you through countless days of joy, sorrow, laughter, and tears. You are giving it the respect it deserves, not because of its age, but because of the story it tells. A story that is uniquely yours. The power of gentle love. Let's not forget that love, in its most genuine form, begins within. When we can offer ourselves the love and care we so willingly give to others, we open up a new world of possibility. We embrace the freedom of self-acceptance, the power of self-love. It is easy at times to become lost in the idea that we are no longer seen, no longer needed. But the truth is, we are always here, we are still valuable, we are still worthy. And as you move through the act of caring for yourself, you are teaching the world around you, especially the younger generations, what it means to honor one's own body, to be kind, to be gentle, to be loving. Because when you treat your body with reverence, when you offer it tenderness, you are showing others how to do the same. You are teaching them that aging is not something to be ashamed of, but something to be celebrated. You are teaching them that even in the most quiet moments, the smallest acts of care are powerful. The gift of self-care. In the end, the most profound lesson we can take away from this journey is that self-care is not selfish. It is not a luxury. It is a necessity. It is a gift we give to ourselves, not just for the sake of our bodies, but for the sake of our spirits. Every time you tend to the overlooked places of your body, you are not just caring for the physical. You are caring for your soul. You are telling yourself, I matter. I am still here. I am still worthy of love. You don't need to wait for someone else to tell you this. You can tell yourself. And in doing so, you can heal, renew, and feel the gentle power of self-love. Final thought as you continue your journey, let this truth be your guide. Your body, no matter its age, is worthy of love. Your spirit, no matter how many years you've lived, is worthy of respect. The scent, the wrinkles, the changes in your skin, they do not define you. What defines you is the love, the wisdom, the experience you carry within you. What defines you is your ability to give yourself the care you deserve, to remember that you are not fading, you are simply evolving. In the end, the most important thing is not how others see you. It's how you see yourself, and how you choose to love the body that has carried you through every stage of life. So, dear one, keep caring for yourself. Keep honoring the small, overlooked places. And above all, keep remembering that you are enough just as you are. If this story moved you, share it with someone you care about.